when anybody builds a studio, they are making decisions and choices. I think one of the things about a traditional studio desk like this, the Audient ASP4816 is a traditional desk. It's grown with the systems and practices of modern recording. It's not an old-fashioned console in any way at all. But I chose them because of their elegance, because they're based in the UK. When I first bought them, I wasn't certain that they would be so trouble-free. They proved to be totally trouble-free. I've never had a single technical incident with an Audient, despite the fact that I move, particularly the big one, I move around all the time. The big one is a project studio for me. So the simplicity, but mainly the inline architecture. I have to say the inline architecture for me is hugely important. I do use tape, or I use radar like a tape machine. So having inline suits the old-fashioned way of working, which is in the old days in the 60s and 70s and 80s before computers came along. We used to always have a desk that had an input to the recording medium, tape, and then the tape outputs would come back on the board, either to inline or to a separate monitoring section. So I've been doing that for a long time, so it kind of suits my headspace. As soon as I got a mixer, which was around just before I started on the demos for Tommy, I started to realise that the mixer is the heart of the console is the heart of every studio. The design that Dave did and came up with many, many years ago is superb. I mean, they all have their characteristics. The old Trident desks have a characteristic, the Neves, the SSLs, they all have their own sounds, and different people like them for different reasons. I like the Audient, you know, I really like it. It's a great, maybe transparent isn't the right word. It's a powerful tool. But the main thing is, if I've got my channels up here, I can immediately start to work with echo, effects from the sends. The thing about this desk is it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sends. And a really good EQ. I can start to shape the sound as I'm working with it. What I know from my work with Oceanic, I had a commercial studio for a long time, was we had a big Audient upstairs, is that, you know, I had a rack of mic pre's. I never used them. I just never used them. I would bang the mic in and would think, well, that sounds great. You know, that was it. And so I love the mic amps. So the pathway in and the EQ and everything about it is perfect for me. I'm really excited about this room, and one of the excited things that I get excited about when I come in is I think, wow, you know. But, you know, I've kind of created this. It feels like when my artist comes in, it feels like, a recording studio. And I think one of the things that about this is that it would, for the price of this console, you know, it's no wonder that it's used in so many educational establishments, because it is in itself an educational tool. You know, if you've got one of these in your studio, since I've had this in here, I've learned about the beauty of having a console. It is a big console workflow, big console sound in a small footprint. You know, it's an amazing little board. I think calling it a little board, it kind of gripes me. It's a massive board. It will serve the old methods, as I can demonstrate because I'm using a tape machine, or it will serve the new methods, as I'm demonstrating with this as well. You know, but the one thing it does is it guides you into a discipline and focus of a way to organise recordings, so that what matters most is the sound. What matters most is the way the music sounds and the way you organise the music. If you're happy with what you're doing with a laptop, maybe you don't need one of these, but I think, you know, I can't live without it.